Data collection procedures. Semi-structured interviews individually administered and recorded will be the data collection method. Because administrators are remarkably busy in their profession, a phone interview would be the best collection method. Questions directed toward thematic identification from the research questions will yield data describing areas that Ray can target for either further research or intervention strategies as he sees fit. Identifying quality variables or themes within administrative training will build inductive information so that Ray can assume deductive investigation into either further research or a programmed approach to addressing the holistic problem. Because perceptions will vary widely among participants, it is best to ask open-ended interview questions. Enough to identify unique demographic variables among participants, as in rural or urban schools, grade levels within the institution, different types of leadership roles, but are also structured toward identifying themes directly addressing our research questions about the quality and relevancy of their training program. Interview data collection has some strengths pertinent to the needs of the study. The study is too challenging to perform in a natural setting. It would be cost prohibitive to travel to every participant's place of work, and observation within the school setting will not yield results about training programs. Interviews allow participants to provide historical information, exactly what Ray wants to know. A few limitations of interviewing are that information is seen as indirect because the interviewee may hold opinions that could slant the answers, and that sometimes the researcher's presence may also skew results. Because we'll be including several interview questions to generate information outside of the research questions to qualify demographics, individual opinions, and potential bias, Ray may identify any bias or slant inherent within participants. As we'll be conducting recorded telephone interviews, the researcher's presence should not introduce influence on the participants. The interview recording will help us catalog exact information from the questions. Interview questions and their alignment to the research questions are as follows. Question 1. What professional leadership title do you hold? This is for demographics purposes. Question 2. What are the grade levels and ages of the students in your school? Again, for demographics purposes. 3. Would you describe your school as rural, suburban, or urban? Once more, demographics purposes. Which learning outcomes, if any, within the University of Ray's training program did you find helpful in your leadership responsibilities, adherent to research questions 1, 3, and 5? Number 5. Which learning outcomes, if any, within the University of Ray's training program did you find unnecessary in your leadership responsibilities, adherent to research questions 1 and 3? 6. Which PSEL standards align the most with your leadership responsibilities, adherent to research question 2? Of these standards, which are most important within your leadership responsibilities? Again, adherent to research question 2. Number 8, identify any PSEL standards that you feel do not align with your leadership responsibilities, adherent to research question 2. Number 9, concerning your preparation training at the University of Ray, what areas of your leadership responsibilities did you find you were least prepared for? This addresses research question 3. Number 10, concerning your preparation training at the University of Ray, what areas of your leadership responsibilities did you find you were most prepared for? Adherent to research questions 3 and 5. Number 11, identify any areas of training that you feel were missing from your preparation at the University of Ray, adherent to research question 3. Number 12, reflecting on your preparation training, what were the most relevant topics, concepts, or segments in your leadership responsibilities? This identifies research questions 4 and 5. Number 13, how have you been able to use elements from your training in your leadership responsibilities? Identified in research question 4. Number 14, reflecting on your preparation training, what were the least relevant topics, concepts, or segments in your leadership responsibilities? This addresses research questions 1 and 3. Number 15, how satisfied are you with your level of preparation for your responsibilities? Identifying research questions 1, 3, and 5. Number 16, can you identify areas within the University of Ray's training program that could be improved and how? Identifying research questions 1 and 3. Number 17, were there any external factors, not concerning your training, that influenced your perception of your preparedness for your leadership responsibilities? This may signal potential bias and can be very adherent to all research questions 1 through 5. Number 18, What advice would you give to new administrators that have been trained at the University of Ray that could help them in their new position? This would be adherent to all research questions 1 through 5. Number 19, can you identify and describe any phenomena, not concerning your training, that impacted your educational experience and/or your early administrative appointment? This could identify potential bias, it's an open-ended question, and it can be very adherent to all research questions 1 through 5. Number 20, is there any other information you would like to share about your administration preparation program? Again, this may identify potential bias as open-ended and could help answer any of the questions 1 through 5.